Change is easy to start, but hard to sustain. Most organizations are full of good intentions, well-designed initiatives, and short-term enthusiasm that fades over time. What separates leaders who create lasting change from those who manage constant resets, or is not charisma or authority, it is their ability to build healthy habits that stick. Welcome to Coaching Talks, folks. I'm Richard Fontanie, and I'm glad that you're joining us today. We're going to be exploring how leaders can build healthy habits that last. We will do this by understanding habit loops and applying them intentionally in the workplace. Now, if this episode is helpful, please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss future conversations on leadership, growth, and personal development. While you're here, though, take a look at our other playlists, Speaking from the Heart, a podcast that focuses on spirituality, and Affiliate Marketing Secrets, and that one explores digital marketing. I hope you will join us on those podcasts as well. Now, let's get going with our topic today. The leadership loop that creates consistent behaviors that endures. Now, healthy habits are the invisible architecture of strong cultures. They shape how decisions are made, how people show up, how work actually gets done when one isn't looking. Leaders who understand habits stop relying on motivation and start designing systems that support consistency. At the core of habit formation is a simple loop. It's like a three-legged stool. Each leg is a cue, a behavior, and a reward. In leadership, the first leg has cues. Those often come from meetings, deadlines, expectations, or routines. The second leg includes behaviors, or how people respond to those cues. And the third leg are all about rewards, or the outcomes, such as recognition, progress, clarity, reduced stress, and these reinforce the behavior. When leaders ignore habit loops, change efforts feel forced. When leaders design them, change becomes natural. So, what goes into designing a habit loop? Well, clarity, consistency, environments, accountability, and reflection. Now let's pull those apart. Building healthy habits that last begins with clarity. Leaders must be specific about what behavior they want to see happen. Telling a team to communicate better is too vague. Defining a habit like end every meeting with one clear action item creates something people can repeat consistently. Clarity reduces friction, it removes guesswork, and allows habits to form more quickly. But, and this is a big but, each individual has the responsibility to change his or her behavior. Consistency is the second essential ingredient. Habits are built through repetition and not intensity. Leaders often roll out initiatives with energy, but fail to reinforce them on a daily basis. Consistency means modeling the behavior, reinforcing it regularly, and allowing time for it to become automatic. A leader who consistently starts meetings on time sends a much stronger message than one who just talks about punctuality. Demonstrating behaviors teach more powerfully than preaching policy. The work environment also plays a critical role in habit formation. Leaders shape work culture through schedules, tools, norms, and expectations. If the work culture rewards urgency over reflection, as an example, healthy habits like planning and learning will have a difficult time in taking hold. For instance, one organization we worked with wanted to encourage collaboration, but rewarded only individual performance. Once they aligned initiatives with team outcomes, they found that collaboration and collaborative habits emerged naturally. Accountability is another factor. Healthy habits thrive when expectations are clear and follow-up is consistent. Accountability doesn't mean punishment, though. It means shared responsibility and regular check-ins. A department leader introduced weekly 5-minute check-ins or team huddles, and she focused on one habit goal. And over time, participation increased and resistance decreased because accountability for supportive rather than corrective activity emerged. Reflection completes the habit loop. Leaders who pause to evaluate what is working, what is not, create learning cultures. Reflection turns habits into evolving systems rather than rigid rules. Now let's look at 5 leadership strategies for building healthy habits. First, model the habit you want to see. Leaders are always setting examples, whether intentionally or not. And when leaders embody healthy habits, they normalize them. Second, anchor habits to existing routines. Instead of adding more meetings or processes, build new habits on top of the ones that already exist. And that reduces stress and reinforces adoption. Third, reinforce progress and not perfection. Leaders who celebrate effort and improvement build momentum and psychological safety. And fourth, remove friction wherever possible. And if a habit is hard to start, it won't last. Simple tools, simple processes remove barriers. Fifth, connect habits to purpose. People sustain habits when they understand why they matter. And that improves the outcome. We can illustrate these strategies clearly with a couple of stories from our own consulting practice. One agency wanted to improve safety habits. Instead of posters and policies, the leadership team introduced safety checks at the start of each meeting. And over time, the safety began to improve. In another organization, the team leader struggled with disengaged meetings. By introducing a simple round table habit where everyone contributed one insight per meeting, the leader found that participation and energy improved dramatically. In leadership, really, habits shape trust. When leaders are consistent, teams feel secure. When expectations shift, unpredictably and trust erodes. On the other hand, when leaders demonstrate healthy habits, trust and predictability strengthen. Habits also protect leaders from burnout. When consistent routines are introduced, decision fatigue becomes reduced. And this helps leaders focus on what matters most. Now, this may be a good time to break and promote Men Up Men and focus on how men can balance their lifestyle. And it has PLR rights. It includes a 60-page ebook, 48 tips for men's lifestyle balance, a list of 10 articles, a resource file, and much, much more. I have listed Man Up Men in the description below, and you can take a look at it there. Now let's move on. As organizations evolve, we should also initiate new habits. What worked in the past may need adjustments in the present. Leaders who reflect and adapt keep habits relevant without losing consistency. As we close, remember that culture is not built through speeches or strategies alone. It is built through repeated behaviors and reinforced that are reinforced over time. Leaders who understand habit loops turn change into culture and intention into identity. And in this way, we can look at an organization and say, this organization builds character, or this organization cultivates learning, and people stick within that organization. Now here's your call to action. Identify one habit you want to strengthen on your team. Make it clear, make it easy, and model it consistently for the next 30 days. Then reflect on what changed. Healthy habits are not about control. They are about creating environments where people can do their best work on a regular basis. Now, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, like, and refer to it to a friend. And thank you for doing so. I'm Richard Fontanie, signing off for now. Join me next week as we explore how to overcome workplace stress. Bye now.